Hello, good day. We're going to be talking about adding and subtracting numbers, not just any numbers, but we're going to use the fancy word of integers. Integers. It's we'll get to exactly what they are in a minute, but first we're just going to work on something real simple and basic. We should know it. It's always good to review though. So like, let's say we got like 5 plus 2. You can start out learning on your fingers or counting out or whatever, but by now you should know 5 plus 2 is 2 more than 5 or 7. What about 4 plus 1? That's 1 more than 4, so I think that'd be 5. Pretty easy. 6 minus 3. 3 less than 6 would be 3. And let's say 4 minus 2. It's 2 less than 4, so 2. What about if we had 3 minus 5? Now, this is where we're talking about 5 less than 3, so this can really kind of confuse people at first. And it's not an impossible concept, but it's a little different. And I'm going to do something here to help us out. Many of us have seen one of these. If you're first really learning it, then you've only seen the sort of right half of it. I'm going to specify some certain important things. This is what we call the number line. It will be very useful for now, and it's nice because it's pretty easy to picture in your head and sort of organizes it in a way that makes sense. I'm going to start at 0 here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could keep going, in fact, and this arrow means something very special here. This arrow means it goes on forever and ever and ever and ever. You can keep counting forever and ever and ever. And really there's a special term for that. We call that infinity. Looks something like that. A little messy with it, but that's what it is. It goes off that way because you can always count higher. We'll look at this number line more. There's also numbers in between all these. Makes it a little bit more interesting, but right now we're just talking about the ones at the marks. These right here, and they have these right here are natural numbers. We'll include the 0. Those are whole numbers, and then we're going to add more to it. So let's look back at our first problem. So let's say we had 5 plus 2. So we start at 5, and we go 2 more. Boom, boom. And land at 7. Makes sense. To the right gets bigger, to the left gets smaller. So if we add, we go to the right. If we subtract, we go to the left. 4 plus 1, 5. So we're at 4. We're going to go up 1 and be at 5. Boom. What's that next one? 6 minus 3. 6, and we said we're going to get smaller, so we go 3 steps smaller. 1, 2, 3. And there we are. 4 minus 2. 4, 1, 2. So it looks like this works. It follows exactly what we need. So let's try the same idea for 3 minus 5. So we're at 3, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now these aren't labeled just yet, but we'll notice this is 1 away from 0 and 2 away from 0, and it goes up that way. And what we've decided to do is this one is 1 also away from 0, but in the negative direction, so we call it negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and so forth. So as we get smaller, we get to a bigger negative per se, negative 6. And this, in fact, this side is infinity, so this side would be negative infinity. Pretty well laid out. So 3 minus 5. 3 minus 5 would be 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we land on negative 2. Pretty easy, huh? So let's try a few more. Give us a little dash line and make some space. So let's try 4 minus 6. See, we're taking a bigger number away from a smaller number, so we should end up small. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On negative 2 again. How'd that happen? 3 minus 7. 3, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Negative 4. And we can try another one. 6 minus 9. And we can follow along. So 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a lot of counting. If I pay attention, 6 is gonna be 6 away from 0, right? So I'm at 6 steps, and then to do the 9, I need 3 more steps. 1, 2, 3, and I'm at negative 3. We'll have to think about that for a little while. Let's switch it up. Let's try negative 2 plus 5. So I'm going to start at negative 2, and plus means we add, so we go up, right? We get bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are at 3. Boom, right there. What about negative 1 plus 8? So take a second. You can start at negative 1 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right there on 7. What if even we did like negative 1 minus 3? So we're at negative 1, and minus means go small to the left. So 1, 2, 3. So we're at we'll call it a bigger negative. It's really a smaller number, but it's a bigger negative. Kind of a funny way of saying it, but that's how we say it. And like I said, oh yeah, that's what we're working on. So 6 minus 10. I don't want to count 10 spaces. And maybe I've got even bigger numbers. But 6 is right here. And I know I'm counting 10 spaces, so how many spaces is it from 0? It's always going to be this number. Both 6 and negative 6 are 6 spaces from 0. That's how far they are from 0. Now one is to the right, one's to the left, but right now we're going to the left. So I'm going to go 6 spaces, and that leaves 4 more. So that would put me right there at negative 4, because 4 is 4 spaces from 0. Let's try that again. 3 minus... Did we do 3 minus 8? 3 minus 8. So 3 is 3 spaces from 0. Boom. And that leaves 5 more to go, right? And that automatically puts us at negative 5. There are some rules and ways to remember it that your teacher may very well teach you, where if the signs are different, you subtract and you find the value of the bigger one, and if the sign's the same, we add and we keep the sign, which we'll build up into, but this is a guaranteed good, very, very effective way, and I suggest you work on it. And we will also see in the following lessons that what we do here always works. I hope you enjoyed it and that it helps in your learning, and have fun with the joys of math, and just get out and play with numbers sometimes. They aren't so bad.